Hey guys, so we've had a massive delivery of parts, mostly from VPW, obviously being one of the major sponsors of our show. But yes, all these goodies are for us and our various project cars. So I know some of you have mixed feelings about unboxing videos. I don't care. We're going to show you all these goodies and how they're going to apply to our various project cars. We have a lot of project cars. Okay, so to kick things off, we're going to start with something that's not from VPW. Sorry guys, but from Elate Manufacturing, they have sent us these beautiful log manifolds they have made for the 1UZ. Look at that. So obviously, you know, one for each bank, unfinished at the front, so we'll make up our front section. But yes, they have smashed that out in no time and they look amazing. They look so good. So yeah, big thanks to the guys at Elate for smashing those out for us, and they will be multi-useful in making our turbo manifolds for our 1UZ Lexan. So obviously, we're still waiting on some parts for that, but this will get us some of the way there. All right, let me move this to the side. Okay, starting from the top, all the rest of this is from a VPW, so let's get our little tactical unboxing knife. I'm pretty sure this is just some 3-inch alloy tubing, but obviously ProFlow makes a lot of this stuff, so alloy tubings and fittings and all that sort of stuff. This is great for, well, we're going to use this for making our intercooler piping for our Lexan. So more on that in a sec. We also have an intercooler for the Lexan, also ProFlow. And if you've seen the labels on the box, you'll know that this is a 600 by 300 by 100 mil thick intercooler. So she's a thick boy. Look at that. So we're going to try and fit that in the front of the Lexan. So 3-inch inlets and outlets. Got some girth to it, that's for sure. Does it do this? Yeah, it's all right. Let's try this. All right, so as I said, that one's for the Lexan as well. Actually, there's a fair bit of stuff here for the Lexan. Next up, we have this box that I've already opened, but yeah, a lot of alloy piping, so a lot of bends. When you're making up intercooler piping, you want a variety of bends, so I think that's a 60 there, there's a couple 90s, we've got like a 120 or something like there. So lots of 3-inch bends for our Lexan intercooler setup. Also got a lot of Teflon line, so this is the, I think it's 200 series hose, yep, 200 series ProFlow hose, that's -6. Also, no, it's -8, and then we've got some vacuum line as well, silicone hose for vacuum lines and stuff for boost controls and all that sort of thing. So all nice ProFlow gear. So we've got various lengths of hoses for, you know, we'll cut them to size, but rather than get a full like 25 meter length, which can be a little bit unwieldy to deal with, we've gone with, you know, some shorter lengths just to make things a little bit more manageable. So some more -6, all Teflon. The reason I've gone with Teflon is it doesn't breathe. Like when you use like normal silicone hoses or even push lock type hoses, if you have any of that components in the cabin, and it is a station wagon, so some of it is going to end up, you know, like probably in the spare wheel well and that sort of thing. If you have any of that stuff in the car, you will smell it. With Teflon, you won't, because it doesn't breathe that way. It doesn't breathe, doesn't permeate through the hose like the others do. So that's the reason I've gone Teflon. I did the same thing with Trovo, because, you know, obviously all the surge tank and everything's in the boot, and you would normally smell all that if it was in rubber or just normal braid or anything, because it does permeate through the hose. But obviously, being all Teflon in the Volvo, we don't smell anything. That's the way to do it. So, lots of Teflon. So we also got a hose cutting tool for rubber hoses and silicons and stuff like that. Very handy. Having just the right tools for the job is just, you know, the best part of working in a workshop like this. This is also a simple tool. This is just for putting the olives in your Teflon hose, which is an easy enough job, but sometimes, you know, it just can be a little bit painful, especially if you get stabbed with one of the, say, a stray wire or something. That will help avoid that. So just a little tool for pushing the olives on for the Teflon hoses. There's a thermostat for the, that was supposed to be for Dad's ute, but it's actually turned up in the wrong size, but that's all right. I'll get that sorted. Stuff like that happens. And then we've got some turbo manifold stuff there. So we've got a T4 flange for our big G42. I think I said before when we were talking about the big turbo for the Lexus, I think I said it was a GT42. It's not, it's a G42, so G series, even better. So there's a T4 flange for that. There's also a couple of T3 flanges for something that I'm not going to talk about just yet, but I've got an idea and we'll deal with that at a later date. But yeah, one of Scotty's crazy ideas. Wheel nuts for, well, Trovo, because we're going to put wheels on it, and I'll show you some of those in a little bit. Lots of wheel nuts. What else have we got here? These are for the Trovo as well. So, you may have noticed when we race the Trovo, the bonnet pops quite a bit. It's just one of those things that if we adjust it so it won't pop, it don't actually open. So, what I'm going to do is use some of these ProFlow hood latches. Let's hear that, or is it going to? Oh no, we can just open it that way. So we're going to use these ProFlow hood latches. You just push the button, they release. So that mounts the car, that mounts to the bonnet. Push down and release. Now, obviously you don't use these just by themselves. You obviously want to still have a hood latch on the car, and we have, and it works, because we know every time that the bloody bonnet pops, the latch catches it, and I'm doing 130 mile an hour just on a hood latch. Well, I'd prefer to have the bonnet not pop at all. So we're going to use these to secure our bonnet. They should be awesome. So we also have a neck collar for when I'm racing. Some of these cars are launching pretty hard these days, so now I might have to get the neck size up, but yeah, that gives you the idea. Neck size up maybe. But still, yeah. VPW is part of their safety range, ProForce safety range. Make fire suits, boots, all the stuff for racing. But yeah, I think I need to go the next size up on that one. However, that's what that is for. And we also have some boots, some racing boots. Nice new ProForce racing boots. So they're pretty cool. And And what's in this little box? ProFlow pipe beating tool for beating alloy pipes. So in the past we've been going down to visit the boys at Max Performance and using their roller down there. So we decided to get one just for here in the workshop, little bead roller, just so we can smash them out as required. So it just locks up in the vise, put it on there, roll your beads. We'll do a video on that for VPW and ProFlow at a later date, but you no doubt you'll see that pop up on the net soon. Something I forgot to talk about there because it slipped out the side of the box was our new Hassan Chop hose cutting tool. All right, so obviously we've got our massive one, but it can be a little bit painful to deal with when you're talking about, you know, like -6 and -8 lines, you know. It's great for if you're cutting like a -12s or -20s or something like that, but for the smaller stuff, we need smaller cutters. So you've got a set there to use. Thank you, VPW. And the best thing about ordering stuff from VPW is it gets here really fast. If they got it in stock, man, we get it straight away in terms of like, we'll order it one day and we will have it the next. We're on the other side of Melbourne, so delivery is a second to none. What do we got here? Oh. Fuel cell. All right, this is for something else, but you will see this pop up in some product videos that we're doing for VPW shortly. Yeah, hard to explain, but yes, little 40 litre fuel cell, or 38 litre maybe, but yeah, ProFlow make all kinds of fuel cells right across the range. Grab a catalogue or jump on the website and you can see there's the gasket. Yeah, wow. That looks really good. So it comes with a fuel level sender as well. And then the top ring we'll talk about in our product video that we're going to do. But basically, you can set these up to run, you know, external line to a pump or whatever, but they also make a range of fuel pump hangers, and you can fit one straight in the top of the tank and run single, multiple, whatever, run it straight in there, so that way you're not dealing with external pumps and filters and that sort of thing, and it's all contained within the one tank, which is a great idea. Anyway, we'll stick that back in the box. So we have a box full of ProFlow goodies. What have we got here? All right. So universal fuel pump carriers for single, dual or triple pumps. So these are the new big thing. Now, if you follow VPW on Facebook, and you should, you'll know that we've been doing some product videos for them in terms of, you know, just some checking out some of their product range. And we will be doing one future on this in terms of, this is one of their triple pump hangers. So basically this can support 3 fuel pumps. There's some of the components there as well. And what, in this case, you can do it by replacing this entire top ring with this and have 3 fuel pumps straight there in the top, which is, you know, just brilliant. That's amazing. Like, when I started working on cars, man, none of this stuff existed. This is just fantastic. So, yeah. So you'll be able to set up 3 fuel pumps in a cell, and like 3 Walbro 460s or whatever support a lot of horsepower. So that is fantastic. So stay tuned for a product video on that coming up. And of course, we're going to run one of these setups in our Lexan. Not with a fuel cell, we're going to run it with a surge tank like this. So the idea is to run basically a surge tank in the spare wheel well. And this will have 3 fuel pumps fitted to it. Or 2 or 3. I haven't decided whether we're going to go 2 or 3. We might just go 2. I'm not sure. But we could certainly run, up to 3 pumps in that. And it's all self-contained. So obviously we'll remove that top, fit the pumps at a later date. But yeah, that will go into our Lexan, and then pumps feed out of there. You've got overflow, return, and a supply feed. So from your existing fuel tank into there, and then pump it out, and then you've got overflow back to the tank or return from your fuel lines. So that will be for our Lexan. Look at it, all billet. There's a beautiful little piece. So yeah, available from the VPW website. All right, so these are breather caps. They're another new product from ProFlow. So basically, you got them for LS or Barra. This one's for the LS. So you push, twist into a factory rocker cover, and it gives you a breather basically. So dash 10 ORB fitting in the top, breather line off to a catch can. So that way you don't have to, weld fittings into your rocker covers or anything like that. You can do it straight through the cap, which is a great idea. So they've got them for LS. They also have them for Barra. So there's a Barra cap there. And that'll just screw into a factory rocker cover of a Barra. So factory cap, screw it in, boom. Got a breather capacity right there. Now with this particular cover, we've had to weld actual AN fittings to have a breather line. Well, now we wouldn't have to do that now. We could do it straight through the cap. That's pretty cool. And we have another catalogue, like I don't have 4 boxes of them. If you're at a car show and we're there and come see us, we'll give you a free catalogue. We have plenty of them. All right. ProFlow fuel pumps. So this is, what size are these? I think these are their 460 equivalents. So a couple fuel pumps there, actually lots of fuel pumps. All the fuel pumps. We also have filters for turbos. That's a 3-inch. Need, what's that? Is that a 4-inch? Have a look. Yep, chrome 4-inch. So I can whack that on the front of our filter. Oh, shiny and chrome. Very nice. All right. We've got a bit of them. And more pump hangers. All right, that's that box. Okay, so that brings us to our last box, which has lots of fittings in the top. So again, 200 series, Teflon fittings, bulk packs of 25. So that's 25-6 90-degree fittings, 25-6 straight fittings, and then the same 25-8s, 25 straight -8s as well. So make sure, because most of the time we'll use either a straight or a 90. So having bulk packs of those and having them there all the time makes things a lot easier for us. You know, don't have to quickly duck down to the parts shop to grab another fitting or another fitting, you know. If we're going to use other angles like 120s, 30s, 60s, whatever, sure, we'll order them as we need it. But most of the fittings we'll use are 90s or straights. We also have a flex plate for a barra. An SFI approved flex plate. Look at that chunky demon. So this will be going to Turbo Taxi. There it is, the official sticker. Nice a chunky bit of gear. So that's going into Turbo Taxi to replace the existing one, and that should give us plenty of years of service and also be nice and legal for when we start running real numbers. So here we are, bottom of the box, we've got Street Pro wheels. So VPW do an amazing range of wheels, and you've already seen we've got a set of their beadlock style wheels on the back of the Mazda. We are going to try and get some matching ones for the front of that as well, but they don't do it in the Mazda stud pattern, so we're going to try and get some blanks and drill them. But here's some wheels for the Trollbo. I believe these are the fronts, yep, they look like 6s. Oh, look at that. That's certainly a lot sexier than the Steelies that are on it now. Let's go have a look. Ah, that's going to look fat. So we're going to replace our Steelies with these. I'm going to put some taller tyres on them too, because I'm not happy with the height of these tyres. They're a little bit small. So go with some taller tyres on these lightweight Steelies. Certainly lighter, alloys. These are alloy. Those are Steelies. They're a lot heavier than these. So that should shave some weight off the car as well and look amazing doing it. We've got some rears coming, but they are not here just yet. So we'll get them at a later date, but there's our two fronts. We'll get them on to start off with, and then we'll get our rears as they become available. They're available, but they're just not in stock at the moment in the particular offset we want. They'll be here soon. We'll get them on the car as well. So Volvo's getting some sexy wheels. Now, if you've sat through right to the end, thank you. I mean, sponsors help make all this happen. And obviously this is a big shout out to our sponsor VPW. But if you're after some good quality aftermarket gear, you'd do worse than jump on the website and check out some of their goodies. So jump on the VPW website today, order away.